Zack reminds us that one of the primary wounds of humanity is that one of separation.
I believe that humanity's original wound, if we have one, is that we saw ourselves separate from nature.
We've been programmed to see ourselves as separate from nature and the universe itself, when in fact, just the opposite is true. And although we're connected as never before through social media, we've actually become more divided than ever. Yet what if the problem is actually also the solution? Social media is seen as a problem, right? And it is, because I find myself mindlessly scrolling and I look up and I'm like, oh man, I just lost an hour. And I haven't really gained anything. I haven't really done anything. It doesn't inspire me at all, but it's so addictive. I call it the casino effect. See, the casinos, they let RVers stay overnight for free, right? But when you go into a casino, it's all about lights and sounds and flashes. And I went in there, and the one time I was, trying to be on the cheap. So I had like $5, right? I went in, put $1 into this one thing, and it said, you haven't put enough into the machine to use it. Do you want to take a chance of actually getting a credit so that you can actually have a chance to gamble? Now think about this. I wasn't gambling. I was gambling on the chance to gamble. And so I said, okay, yes. Poof, some sound, lights flashed. And it said, sorry, but you didn't win a chance to gamble. I thought that was hilarious. I mean, it was a flash of light and sound. And that's all the internet is. That's all this other stuff is. It's just this flashy sounds of light, and content has done the same on the internet. And to keep your attention longer, there's flashes of sound or a little bit of something that comes up, and it's all designed to refresh your attention. And it's the casino effect at work. But I think it's indicative of our larger culture in that we get sucked into this content that's all lights and sounds, but with nothing actually there. Meaning there's no actual purposeful content, but we can change all that. I mean, the TV isn't bad. It's a manipulative content. The same goes for social media, right? Zack sees the internet like the mycelium of nature. It connects us all together.
We're trying to start to reimagine the internet as a mycelial network and what that would look like. And really what it comes down to is, can we connect humans over like curiosity? And if we do that, I think we see the whole thing shift. So what is the mechanics of everything? Connectivity. What is the purpose of connectivity? To create more biodiversity. How many people are you connected to? How many parts of nature are you connected to? How many trees have you said thank you to today?
The real liberation comes from being more purposeful with the content that's created and the content that's consumed. I mean, we are creators at heart, right? The more separated we are, the less power we have. But come together, like the trees, all across the world, and we're unstoppable. If you think about it, we've been jailed by our own minds. We can actually embrace being creators and inspire each other. If you look behind me, there's a wasteland. All this stuff has been kind of cut down, but in its place is all this new growth. It's the same thing for us. In all the destruction that's happening right now, there's all kinds of new growth and new possibilities. When we inspire each other to take advantage of all that, that's the start of decentralization. I mean, what does decentralization really mean for the individual, right? If you know about chickens and you inspire others to get chickens, that is a revolutionary act. That is an act of decentralization. You're decentralizing the production of eggs. And I know it's simple and it seems kind of silly, but there are those who are afraid of chicken, and people shouldn't have chickens, or they think it's too complicated. My sister has chickens. Hey, if my sister can do it, come on, right? But chickens are only part of it. Gardening, that's another thing. Taking over the monocrop of our lawns. The lawn, as far as I can tell, is a British exportation. A lot of people think of themselves as not worthy of teaching anything, and I think that's by design. I think we've been programmed to think we're unworthy. And when we deprogram ourselves from that, then we have the ability to not only share but inspire others along the way. Whereas if you let that unworthiness take over instead, they've won. We have so much programming deep in our subconscious, a lot of bad juju from the powers that be, deeply ingrained inside of us, right? Personally, I've seen where I got a lot of work to do in terms of getting rid of that and seeing how it's there by design and from early childhood on. And that's so ingrained that it seems like it's a natural part of who we are, but it's not. We're by nature supposed to connect and build each other up and inspire each other. And instead, we've been doing the opposite. And again, that's by design, all by design. Well, if we start to flip that whole thing, we start to connect more and more, think about what that can do. And it doesn't have to be something where you're sitting there trying to change the world. Not at all. You're just having this little corner where you're inspiring others to like have chickens, create a garden, or do anything where they're able to pivot a bit and make their way forward. And that's what we're here to do, I think, is to lift each other up. And in that sense, make it to the next level. And they're doing everything in their power to make it so that doesn't happen. And we have to do everything in our power to make sure it does happen. And a big part of that, for me anyway, it's different for everybody, but for me, is in creating content to inspire others. It doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to be enough to inspire one or two people, and they inspire other people, and they inspire other people, and it's like a tipping point, a collective tipping point that can happen. We all are helping this movement forward, right? Zack has pointed out that connection is needed. It's naturally a part of nature, and we need to see ourselves as part of nature, as part of the universe, not as something that's polluting the planet and a problem that should be eliminated from the planet. Depopulation or getting rid of humanity because we're a scourge on the earth. We are part of the earth. We're part of nature, and we're part of the universe. And it's so much healthier to not only see that, but inspire others along the way, along their own journey. And so content creation is a part of that. I think that more and more people that throw off the yoke of unworthiness and start to inspire and teach each other, get rid of the thought that your face or how you speak is something that's not good enough. Just to inspire and practice doing that by doing shorts, let's say, or you can even do Facebook Lives. Nobody's watching these lives initially, and you can get over this fear of creating content. Because trust me, AI isn't the way to go. The more people that use AI, the easier it is to create content in that way, the more people that do it, and the more it's going to be to stand out when you're just yourself, when you're authentically you. That's going to stand out more than if you're trying to be faceless or just use AI robotic voices. That's not going to work. That doesn't inspire people. But you do. And maybe you just get started with little shorts. I mean, we're talking about 60-second little things. And I'm doing a challenge right now with the shorts. And you can sign up for that down below. It's free. I have this email series that just follows the shorts and kind of like what you can do to get better and better and better. Obviously, it's not about me being the shorts guru or anything. It's about pulling together resources so that you can adapt and move forward. Because trust me, these little tactics online, they come and go. Okay, in my mind, shorts are there to help you learn. And once you start to learn that, you can apply it to longer form content, and we can all inspire each other to greatness. And the thing of it is, there are people who they'll have automatic YouTube channels where they'll hire people to do the thumbnail through Fiverr. They'll do the scripts through Fiverr. Heck, they'll even have people be the person on the video. And you can go that route, and it becomes more automatic when you're more like the director of the whole thing. Think about all those great movies, right? The director is there to direct, and maybe you do that instead of being on camera. And that's totally fine. Maybe that works for you. But the key is the content. See, the thing of it is that I've realized all this time is not just about what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you put it together. And yes, what you say does matter. But if I had this same content put out here in a robotic voice, trust me, you would see it differently. Now, if I have the same content and there's no emotionality to it and it's monotone, that is also different. And maybe you're like, well, see, I can't do that, I'm monotone. No, you keep practicing and practicing and getting better and better, and that all changes. The point is, it's humans connecting to humans. It's that human interactivity. It goes beyond just creating content for YouTube. It's about inspiring others. And maybe we still go down in flames. Maybe the apocalypse and everything still comes to doom. Even if that were to transpire, which I don't think it will, you would still have this flywheel of uplift for yourself and other people. Wouldn't you rather have that than couched in some bunker in fear? And we can all lift each other up. Yet the popular content has been designed to do just the opposite, and we can change that. Indeed, creating content to inspire others is revolutionary. And we need to do it like our life depends on it, because it does. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a like. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.